Well, here we are again. Good morning, James.
Good morning.
Good morning, YouTube people. We have, let's see what time, 9:02 and 68 degrees right now in East Tennessee. And today is, what is today? I never remember what day it is. Today is June the 15th. Here's a really good piece of tape. Yeah, it's so good I can't get off there. The other day, by the way, when we were talking about tape, I taped one side of my air conditioner because I freeze. And actually this morning I was watching Happy Family Lawn Care, and they wanted to know how people wear them beards because they're so hot. But when you're like me and you freeze, it's okay. I'm always cold. And it don't bother me. Does yours bother you?
No. Just when I'm crawling around in a crawl space, rolling in insulation.
Yeah, get stuff in it.
Get stuff in it, and I had to cut it off.
I meant to grab that dishwasher and throw it on here and take it to the dump. Oh well. Anyways, we're on our way to Knoxville today. We got a full list. Will you check my mail for me, please, Sir James? I'd appreciate it. Save me a couple of steps. It's getting hot. We're going to have to start using some sunscreen. Thank you, sir. Oh, Mr. Westby Ratliff. Mister, your offer has arrived from American Express. See what they're offering me this morning.
All your hopes and dreams.
Maybe I won the American Express Lotto. If there's such a thing. In recognition of your loyalty, enjoy a lower APR, what was that? Annual percentage rate. And you can get 9.99% interest for 6 months. Buddy, I tell you one thing, I have borrowed on credit cards. It's not a good idea, and I don't need that today. Anyways, we'll see y'all when we get up to Knoxville, see what we get into. All right. Okay, the first one is done. Now we're going to Knoxville. Okay, James, I want to talk to you about a subject for a minute. Now, y'all listen to this and see what you think. Years ago, during these hot times, and I want to forewarn you, if you're here in East Tennessee, you're probably not going to get much rain for about the next 6 weeks. According to my statistics, I've been looking at it for, well, this is my 23rd or 24th year doing this, and every year we get about 6 weeks of hot, dry weather. And everybody think, oh, well, I say everybody, me. Because I'm worried, I was raising kids and I really needed the rain. I needed the work. And I think, oh, what am I going to do, man? It's going to dry up. I ain't going to have any work. Just about the time that I'm thinking about I got to go get a job, the skies open up and it's wet the rest of the season. Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens this year. Because now, I do know, since I was 15, Tennessee has went through 2 severe droughts. And when I say severe, I'm talking about they last up to 3 years. It got hot and dry, and I mean, it was bad. But we don't get many of those. Especially, we used to really get them when I was younger. You know, when I was like, the droughts I'm talking about, we actually haven't had a bad one in 20 some years. So maybe this global warming, weather changing or whatever, maybe it's, you know, causing us to have more rain. I don't know. But there's a big thing about, should you adjust your mowing height according to the weather? Now, some people think you should mow it, the hotter it gets, mow lower. Some people think the hotter it gets, you mow higher. Now, I didn't know, so years ago I did some research on this, and believe it or not, I was shocked because I found out that back then when I did my research, they were saying it's better to mow it short during the hot weather. Oh, I got a big sun thing right there in my eye. Okay, now why do you think they say you need to mow it shorter in the heat? Y'all can't see me very good, but that's okay.
It ain't your hat, is it?
No, it's the sun.
Oh, okay.
It's the sun.
Yeah.
Anyways, why do you think they would say mow it shorter as it gets hot? They got a reason for it.
You want my opinion?
Your opinion.
Well, if I had to take a good guess at it, I'd say there's less grass to feed water to.
There's less grass, right, that you need the moisture to. Now, we're going to fill up with gas here before we head to Knoxville, and then I'm going to tell you what I think through my years of experience. Well, I got my opinion too, and y'all, I'm going to give it to you when me and James get our gas and see what y'all think about my opinion. To be continued. Okay, we've gotten our fuel. Back to the grass thing. Okay, here's my take on it. My take. If you think about this, now people say, now I've heard lawn care people say this too. If you will cut the grass short, it's less evaporation through the grass. Hence, you won't have as fast evaporation. I definitely disagree with that. You think about this. Tall grass shades the soil. You're still going to have evaporation. But hadn't you rather that evaporation go through the plant rather than just go up through the sky and nothing? Because, I mean, you're going to have evaporation. And it's true, the grass roots go deep. But instead of saying, well, you know, it won't dry out as deep. Yes, it's still going to. Until the grass dies, it's still going to dry off. It's still going to do that. So, see if this makes sense. When it's hot, mow high. You get more, high. Like, I'm mowing at 4 1/4 right now. Some yards at 5. Mow high, shades the grass, and y'all seen that picture I took? The neighbor next door to this one we just mowed, they mow low. You see how brown their yard is? And it's just starting. Our yard's still bright green. Now, when there's a lot of moisture, mow low. Now, why would you mow low with all that moisture? Because you want some of that water to evaporate so you don't have such a muddy yard to mow the next time you come. Makes sense? I know a lot of people like to mow every yard twice. And when the grass is getting very dry, it would really help if you only mow it one time. we got this one done. You remember I told you I don't like this yard and I don't know why? I think I figured out why.
Figured it out, huh?
You see this road? Let me show you guys this road. That road is very, very busy. And it has no shoulder. I mean, it just breaks off right there on the curve on both sides. And I'm always afraid because I have to mow with my back toward the traffic, and I'm always afraid somebody's going to come off of there and hit me. Get off. You know how, I mean, people, sometimes they go off the road and hit the shoulder. Well, they ain't no shoulder here. And it scares the crap out of me every time I have to mow up here. So I try to get it done real fast. And another reason I don't think I like this yard, well, it takes so long. What was here? At least 30 minutes, wasn't we? And they got a big bottom part here that I have to mow with my mower setting all the way up. And I still can't miss all the rock.
And roots.
And roots. I don't know if you noticed, I mowed around all them roots up there at the house because I had my deck all the way up. So you didn't mow around them, did you?
No, I didn't get close to the inside there.
Yeah, I always mow around all the roots and the rocks because I crank my mower up.
Well, I threw the belt last time I mowed around that tree.
So I think that's why I don't like this yard. Y'all have yards like that, you don't know why, but you don't like them. But after thinking about it, I figured out why I don't like this yard. The customer is great. It pays really good. I mean, never had a better problem. I've been mowing this yard for 20 years. At least 20 years, maybe 22 years. It was one of my first yards.
I about ended up in the creek last year.
Well, a couple years ago.
Was it a couple years ago?
Yeah. Maybe last year. I had to look.
I know I almost ended up down there on the sit-on mower. And I was just strapped on for the ride.
But anyhow, that's why I don't like this yard. So if y'all got yards, you don't know why you don't like, think about it. And I'm sorry the sun's the way it is. It's just glaring off everything right into my window. Can't do anything about it. I just have to look white like a ghost. Yeah. It's coming from here.
Is it?
Look, when I put my hand over it, right here. Anyways, that's okay. Y'all don't need to see me no way. Well, let's look at some of the graffiti.
The artwork?
Yeah.
Moving artwork.
I'll tell you one thing, people put a lot of work into that for nothing. There is a channel called German in Venice, and he was showing this massive building. It must have been like I don't know, 20 or 30 story building where people, it was abandoned. And people go out on the ledge and make these massive graffiti things, you know? And you think, what in the world? Why would you do that? You know? Are they hoping maybe to get some kind of business out of their graffitis, you reckon?
I don't know what it is. I've heard some of it's like gangs. Some of it.
I mean, it's got to take them hours and hours to do that.
And you know they gotta have talent, because I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I know. That's that's the thing of it is, it.
I don't know if it's that or if that's just maybe it's a culture, and this is their way of when they see someone else's tag, they're like, oh, I know who that is. I'll put my tag next to it.
Yeah,
and that's just someone's initials, ain't it?
Because these graffiti people, they know each other.
Isn't all this just initials and stuff?
I've seen some real complicated designs like zoo animals and things like that. I mean, we'll get these few more and then we'll go ahead and take off. But it's amazing what these people, the work they put into this. And these are small compared to some of them that I've seen.
Yeah, definitely. I ain't gonna lie, I have a hard time reading some of these.
Yeah, well, I think most people do. You'd have to study it and see. Like that right there, you can tell it's a T-I-E or T-I-M-P-O.
That's
Tempo.
See, that's R-E-P-S. S-E-R.
They ain't got that one yet. That's a new train.
Oh, it is. Oh, that's shiny.
They'll get it.
Maybe that blue is... No, there's something. Little tiny... Looks like a paint marker. I bet them yellows is better to paint on than that blue one is. Better canvas.
I gotta move. They're getting me sick.
Oh, you're getting sick? Oh, man, you missed that cool one.
Too close.
That one is so cool looking. That one right there, it's got like a skull in it. And look at the way the artwork is. It's like, I don't know. I just like the way it looks.
Yeah?
And that one on the end, on that same car, looks pretty cool.
And that must be mint, spice? What is
I
it?
don't know. It looks like it's like vegetation or vine.
No, I mean, this is right here.
Oh,
Space. It says space.
Final Frontier. Well, I definitely don't get it.
I wouldn't spend my time out there doing that.
No, I don't have the talent. They'd probably make fun of me. I'd probably get mine covered up with someone calling me out.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Well, it's your channel, so I wouldn't really notice.
we just got through mowing Tough Shed. And I gotta say, have you noticed all those storage building places that moved in down toward the house? I mean, that one over that old Jake's place, it is massive.
Yeah.
It is massive. And then we got what, 3 or 4 right there, 4 right there within a couple of miles from the house. Well, I'd say 4 miles from the house. Now, why do you think that is?
People got too much stuff.
No, I don't think that's what that is at all. I actually watch some of these YouTube channels where these older people, these boomers, older than me, you know, my age and up, they're having to put something in their youngins' backyards in order to have a place to live because they've been renting all their life and they cannot afford the rent. And a lot of them putting these buildings, you know, back in 2008, if you remember when the big crash came on, the kids were moving in with their parents. Now, the parents are having to move in with their kids or rent one of them places and hook it up to their kid's place like a little, just a place to live because they can no longer afford the rent.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do that on Social Security anyhow. But, because I know, I watch these RV channels and these people, you know, this Bob, this cheap RVing channel, you've probably seen it. He interviews people all the time that's, you know, retired and can no longer afford a place to live. And, you know, he does that, the people that's moving into vans and stuff. Vans used to be very, very plentiful on Facebook, but now they're quite the commodity because people are living in those vans. People are living in them. A lot of people lives in vans. Speaking of vans, you know, I know you said you're gonna start your lawn care channel, and I was thinking if you actually name it, you mind if I say the name on here?
Well, you
think somebody will steal it? Your lawnmower business. You think somebody will steal it?
I mean, it only matters if they're in the same county.
True. All right. Well, anyways, you can always say Blevins Hillbilly Lawn Care or whatever.
Yeah, I know it.
Here's the thing of it. What kind of yards do you think you're going to get if you stick a name like Hillbilly Lawn Care on your business?
Either the ones up in the mountains or people that don't care.
You're going to get all these yards that nobody else can mow, or they don't want to mow because they're steep.
Either steep or people that I don't care about my yard. Let's get some redneck to mow it.
Hillbilly. No, you're going to get all these yards because they're going to say, man, this guy here, if he won't mow our yard, he's a Hillbilly Lawn Care. You know he's used to mountains. You know that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And of course, you'll be able to charge a premium too. Anyhow, on to the next one. Hopefully there'll be nobody at the next office buildings. Okay, we got done before 5 o'clock, so another OT today. It's 4:59, but we did get finished, and you know, this year must be the year of copperheads, because I'm going to tell you something. If I've seen any copperheads while I was mowing in my 22 plus years, I don't remember. And I've seen 3 in the last 2.5 weeks.
Is that the one I killed? One of them?
That one, and I seen another one in his yard, and I seen this knot here. Son, this knot here, it was 4 foot long if it was an inch.
Wow.
I mean, and it was that big. That's the biggest copperhead I've ever seen in my life. I mean, gee. And if y'all don't know what a copperhead looks like, I'll take a picture and put it in here so you'll be able to identify. They're a poisonous snake. I have known of people getting bit, not dying by it, but the pain they said they've had is you kind of want to be dead. They said it's really bad pain. I had a fella my granddad raised got bit by a copperhead. He said he swelled up real big, got a lot of infection in there, never went to the doctor. I mean, well, they won't necessarily kill you, but they can kill you.
I didn't mean to kill the one I hit. I didn't even know it was there until it come flying at me with the weed eater.
Man, I'll tell you, this and here, I was walking that bank with that walt behind, and here he come right up under that mower, and I thought, crap, and I backed the mower back over him, you know. I was thinking, it's either him or me, but the mower still missed him because I was mowing high, you know, because I was on that bank, and he slithered into the cow pasture. What I think had happened is you see where they had cut that pasture, and I think he come over there to safer grounds.
Yeah, they were, I guess, what is that, raking the hay?
Yeah, he was raking the hay over there. But man, I thought, that is the biggest copperhead I ever seen in my life. Ooh. But anyhow, we are done. And appreciate y'all for riding along with us today. Look at this, what his cameras. See that? What that's all about.
Because you're close to death. You're turning into a ghost.
Well, oh, see, it lightens up. I've been in the sun all day, and somehow or another, right where my camera is, seems like the sun's hitting it. I don't know how in the world I can fix that either.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, you guys, appreciate you for tuning in, and we'll see you the next time. Hopefully, y'all come back and see us. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. You hear?